Hello again, everyone. In this video, we're going to take a look at your online course and also walk you through the syllabus. So here we are in our online course, and the first thing to notice that we are here in Architecture 253, Sustainable Architecture. And you can see that there are different menus across the top here, and right now we're in the course home. In the home page, you'll see news right here at the top. Right now, as I'm recording this video, there's no news announcements, but you should keep a close eye on this section for a weekly announcement or maybe even more than that from me. Down here, you'll see a content browser. And over here, the calendar is going to keep you up to date with the different deadlines in this class. While we're talking about this homepage and the news, let me show you a very important up here in the top right. I want you to double check your profile. Go ahead and put a picture of yourself in there or a picture of something else if you don't feel like sharing a photo of yourself. Right? And the notifications, very important. I want you to get those news announcements immediately. So make sure that you set the notifications to an email that you regularly check, and also that you get them immediately and not in a weekly digest format. Moving back to our home page, my favorite way to access the course is right here in the content section. I'll click there now. And you can see on this page, we have kind of a table of contents of your different weekly modules. Let me scroll down, and you can see that we have week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. You can click on each of these and access the content. In week 1, this is where you should get started. It says start here, surprise, surprise. All right. And I want you to work all the way through your week 1 content and your week 1 activities. Let's take a look at a more typical module, however. Scrolling up and clicking on week 2. Week 2 is a very typical module in this semester, and you can see that it is divided into 2 subcategories. We've got the content and the activities. Your content is going to be everything I want you to read or watch or learn from. The activities section is everything that you need to do and turn in. Looking over here at week 2 content, you see that it starts with an overview of what we're studying this week and a to-do list to help you work your way through it. Typically next is lists your required reading, that's your textbook, and you'll have your notes for the video lectures. And then sliding down, you will have video lectures that I've recorded for you. And then additional content, all right, that I have maybe online content that I'm providing for you. Often there will be an optional section. I very much want you to open and look at every optional resources. At least you know what's in there. All right, you don't have to click through and read all of them, but I want you to at least check and see maybe if there's something interesting in there for you. Moving down to the activities, you'll see that we have everything in here that you need to do. So quizzes, assignments, and discussions are all located here. Let's go back to that week 1 module now and take a look at our syllabus. It's right here at the top, the first item in your week 1 content. When you see the syllabus here, you can scroll down here and download that for your own use, or you can simply read it in our course like I'm going to right now. So let's take a look. You've already learned about how to contact me and my office hours, right? So we'll scroll down. And we also in the last video covered what this class is about, all right? You learned about the different textbooks. And also, this is new, some different supplies are needed for this course. Because it's an online course, you need an up-to-date web browser and internet access with your computer. You're going to need a scanner in order to scan some hand-drawn sketches. And the good thing is that your smartphone will work pretty well for that. I highly recommend an app called Adobe Scan, which I find does a pretty good job for this task. You will also need a video camera or a webcam in order to record video for a project. And again, the good thing is that a smartphone works pretty well for that too. So recommended but not required is software to edit PDF files. This includes Adobe DC or Bluebeam Review, and there's some more information about that in your module. And just so you know, you don't need architectural or drafting software in this course. You're welcome to use it for some of the projects, but it's not required. Let's keep going. I'm going to scroll through and let's learn about how this course is graded. Sliding through. Down here. We've got the point distribution right here. Your grades are going to be determined by your discussions, quizzes, and assignments. If you add those up, that's fully 50% of your final grade. The other 50% is projects and exams. Moving further down, all right, I'd like you to take some time to read through these sections on your own. And be sure to attend our class, which means for an online class to continue to participate. Moving further down, let's talk about the assignments. Right? In our online course, the due dates are posted for each item. All right. But in general, you can expect both discussions and quizzes will have a due date and they will close. And after the item closes, you won't be able to come back and make that up. Assignments have a little more flexibility. All right, they have a due date, but I will accept late assignments up to 1 week before the midterm or the final exam, all right, depending on which half of the semester we're in, with a 10% grade reduction. Projects and exams are due on the dates posted with no late work accepted, especially those projects, no late projects, please. All of these rules are subject to excused absences. If something happens that falls under the excused absence category, please come talk to me and we'll work through that. Scrolling down, please read through this section. And we hit the course calendar. All right, this is kind of the overview of our semester, and you'll see that I have it organized along the left with our weekly modules. And the module title is typically, the topic that we're going to be studying that week. On the right-hand side, you see our textbook assigned reading. So if you would like to have that all in so if you'd like to have all of that in one location, here it is in your syllabus. The modules have beginning and end dates, and I'll talk some more about that in a minute. As you scroll through here, notice that we have, here's your date for late assignments. We have a midterm exam and a midterm break. Continuing down, we have a project, and again, here's that date for late assignments. And our last week, of course, is our final exam. Please continue to read through the next sections on your own. This last section on student access services, if this applies to you and you are a student with disabilities, welcome. I'm happy to have you in my course. I'm here to help you learn, so please contact me and let's discuss how I can best support you. And that's kind of the end of our syllabus, so let's go back to the module. Here in the week 1 module, there's one more thing that I want to call your attention to. And if we scroll down, it's called How to Navigate This Course. And in this section, you've already learned about how our modules are broken into the content and the activities section. But scrolling down, take a look at our weekly schedule. You're expected to log in at least 3 times a week, all right? And each weekly module will officially begin on Monday morning. Then you have a week to read the textbook, work through the content, and work on the weekly activities. The modules end on Sunday nights. Here's what they'd look like on the calendar. We'll start here Monday morning. The module begins. Go ahead and start your reading your course content. Right? And over here, Sunday night, module ends. Your discussion forum ends. Your quiz is due and closes. And your assignment is due. But there's a mid-week deadline. So heads up, take a look at Wednesday. All right. By the time it's Wednesday night or Wednesday midnight, I want you to have your original post in the discussion forum. All right. So module begins on Monday. By Wednesday, put your original post in the discussion forum, then come back a couple of times between Wednesday and Sunday and comment and reply on whatever other people have posted. You'll also notice I suggest that you at least attempt the quiz by that Wednesday deadline. And then you have a couple more days to attempt it up to 2 more times, and only your highest score counts. But can you actually work ahead of this? Yes. Let me scroll down a little bit. Here we go. Each weekly module actually opens up for, quote, early access on the Friday before. All right. And the reason is for those who can only work on weekends, it gives you a little bit of extra time. So during the weekly module, you're allowed and encouraged to access the module early and also to turn in any activities before the due dates. You don't actually have to wait until Sunday night. Looking at this diagram here, you can kind of see how the different weeks overlap. They'll stack on top of each other. So you just learned all about our online course. We took a walk through the syllabus and you learned about your weekly schedule. Next, I want you to keep going through this week 1 module and access all the content and the activities. Thanks, and let's get started.